And good morning, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Have You Heard? It's Chat CANNA. And of course, 2 days a week, we do a big long show, and 2 days a week, we do a little update where we bring you some interesting news that's happening in the world of hemp. And I've got an exciting thing that happened yesterday to share with you, which makes today's show both one of the shorter shows we're going to do and one of the longest shows we've ever done. If you go and actually watch what I'm going to bring you today, it's an exciting time. Well, it's Wednesday, and of course, the 23rd of the month. We are on the downhill side of September. There's no way that you can count it any other way, but walking over to the video studio today, it was absolutely beautiful this morning. The dog greeted me and just kind of looked at me like, how long is summer going to go? It's just, it couldn't be any nicer here. So we're just happy to have these days. I know just around here in the northern Red River Valley, as far as I know, the grain is all done everywhere. Soybeans, edible peas are coming off. And of course, now those that are doing industrial hemp, the big fields of hemp, are out there with their combines. And that's what happened. The United States Hemp Association has a member, of course, lots of members around here, but Chris Adams, really one of the pioneers in hemp up here in the northern Red River Valley, is farming both kinds of hemp. He has CBD hemp and he has industrial hemp, fields of it actually. And remember, that's of course the single stalk that puts a head out on the top, just one large vertical head. And he did, actually, it's about 45 minutes long if you want to watch through the entire video. An absolutely interesting video. If you are a CBD raiser, you still should watch it to get a full idea of what it's like to have a hemp field and to harvest it with one of the biggest John Deere combines that you can buy anywhere in the world. The header's got to be 50 feet across. How he sets the combine, it's amazing. The return auger, which of course, if you're doing grain, if it goes over the sieves, but it still may be valuable, it comes back around and the return auger gets dumped into the front processing beater and goes through again. He doesn't do it that way. He sets his sieves in such a way that everything that he captures on the first run goes into the tank, and he's got the bottom of the return auger open, and he just dumps any junk. And he says it's mostly open seeds down there, and that just falls on the ground. It's a one-pass thing. It doesn't use the return loop that we use for grain or soybeans or any of the other kinds of things that he combines. It's a very, very interesting thing. I think still learning some of this equipment here, but I believe that I can give you just a little taste of it. Yes, here it is. Here he is with the header, and let's see if we can. And so yesterday he did about 45 minutes setting the combine, and here he happens to be actually with the header going down the field. And you can see it cutting there and going to the center of the header where it's going to go into the combine and up to the first cylinder where that's where most of the things happen. He's got that setting at a rotation of 400. Look here in the field, there's a big open spot. Now, did that happen? Making a comment about his friends at PETA. But anyway, I just want to show you just a taste of this. And you know, as you go through the video here he is in his cab, and I'm not, as I'm jumping around here in the thing, he's going through all of the different phases of setting up the combine, and it's a great, great primer. I absolutely urge you to go take a time and sit down. If you're thinking about raising hemp as a farmer, my goodness, you know, if you paid $1,000 for this video, you didn't pay enough for all the things that you will learn. This is probably X59. I don't think he says what seed this happens to be. But it's probably an X59 type seed. Remember, again, it is a single stalk industrial hemp, and he is just taking the seeds off of this field. Of course, the hemp industry is looking for the other ways then to use the rest of the stalk, including getting the hurd out of the inside of that stalk. And that, of course, could go for hempcrete and other things. Also, it can be compressed into corn kernel sized little pieces and can be used in a corn burner stove. And then the outside, like what you would think of as the bark on a small tree, that is what we call the silk. And that can be taken off and made into paper. And that can also be what they start, that's where they start the process of making clothing, blue jeans, denim. And it's an incredible clothing material. This all happening as the development of hemp and the hemp industry is coming. And it's coming your way, folks, whether you're interested in it or not. It is so cool to see this all happening. So this was happening right near Grand Forks yesterday. It's a 45-minute video. He's inside the combine showing you the settings, showing you where it is at the various processes through the combine, and just a lot of learning that can be done here. And it was too valuable not to share with all of our listeners. So please drop by, get there and take a look at this. And this is our just shortened version of Have You Heard from Wednesday's version here today. Tomorrow, of course, we'll have a guest on. We will have him on one day. But like yesterday, they were harvesting 4 crops on their field, on their different fields. They were harvesting sugar beets, they were harvesting the hemp, and 2 different kinds of edible beans. This is not the time of year when we can grab him and get him for an hour conversation. When winter comes along, we'll get all these guys that are just crazy right now. We'll be able to sit them down and have a real extended conversation with them. But in the meantime, I thought that you would want to see this and just get a feel for how it all works and how it all happens. And that is our Have You Heard for today. And there it goes. That's the combine as it's working across a hemp field. I cannot get over the width of these headers. When I was a kid, of course, we swathed everything, and the header just picked up that swath, but they had about a 12-foot header with then the lifting of the swath equipment on the front of that. I have never straight combined in a combine myself in my life. Everything was picked up with swaths. So looking out of the cab at this 50-foot wide behemoth out in front there, you can't see where the end of the row is. I'm sure they're using GPS as they're going up and down the fields here. Unbelievable experience. That's Have You Heard for today. Thank you for joining us. The link to do this is right down below in chat CANNA here to go watch his video from front to back. Absolutely, if I was teaching any kind of hemp classes, this would be a mandatory watch for my students. You will learn a year's worth of knowledge just watching this 45 minutes. See you all tomorrow. We'll have a full-time guest on. It's going to be interesting. Looking forward to Veronica coming back, we hope, tomorrow. In the meantime, have a great Wednesday. See you all then.